Hello everyone, back again. You know, I loved being at the intermediate school, and I have wonderful memories and wonderful stories about the middle school. But I must tell you that my 5 years at Oakhurst School were the most exciting, because it was a very old building, and things were always going wrong. And you know, in adversity brings people together. So we were a very cohesive staff of faculty and parents and PTA people. You know, we all worked hard to make it work, and work it did. Now, you know that sometimes you think I get mixed up now. I used to get mixed up years ago too. In those days, the PTA had monthly PTA board meetings, and we would meet at different homes in, of course, the Oakhurst area. And this one night, I was supposed to go to a home on Monmouth Road? No, West Park Avenue, on the east side of the highway. And I was driving there. I didn't bother to look at the number, and I saw a lot of cars, and I figured to myself, well, this is it. And I walked up the door, and I rang the bell, and one of the mothers came and answered the bell. Hello, Mr. Vineburg, how are you? It was all very nice. And as I walked in further, one lady said to me, Mr. Vineburg, I think you're looking for a meeting in another house. This is the Esther Circle from the Oakhurst Methodist Church. So I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Now, for many years, the Oakhurst Church and Oakhurst School were very close to each other, not only geographically, but also with working together. And if you remember, some of you went to kindergarten in the basement of the Oakhurst Methodist Church, and that was always very interesting. It was hard as principal because at that time the kindergartens, there was an AM kindergarten and a PM kindergarten. When the school got so big, because we were on double sessions, I never had time to go down to the Oakhurst Church to see the little ones. So I used to plan to stop there in the morning. Once I got to Oakhurst School, it seemed I was very busy. But I made a point of stopping at the morning kindergarten. Of course, I never saw the afternoon kindergarten unless they came over something to the library or to see an assembly. Well, one day they called me from Oakhurst School. They needed me. I forget what it was about. And so Louise Scott, my wonderful secretary for over 20 years, said to me, it would be good if you walked. Don't take your car. Walk that. Okay, I did what I was told at home, and I did what I was told at school. So I'm walking down Monmouth Road towards the Oakhurst Methodist Church, and a car pulls up and kind of stops, and the window goes down. Somebody says to me, Mr. Vineburg, can I give you at which time a car in the rear crashed into the car with the mother who wanted me to drive down to Oakhurst School with her. So I said to Louise, it's your fault. I'm never walking back to Oakhurst School again. You caused an accident. There are thousands of funny stories about Oakhurst School. When I first got to Oakhurst School, my knees were out of it because it was like a split-level house. I was never where I wanted to be. You walked in, you had to either go upstairs or downstairs. And if you wanted to go to the top floor, you had to go up another flight of stairs. And then there was the flight down, you go through the gym, or what they called was the auditorium, and go down the steps, and then you were in the long hallway to get to the new wing. So I was never where I wanted to be. So I said to the superintendent, I must have an intercom. I mean, if something goes wrong someplace, how will I know? He said to me, get yourself a walkie-talkie. Well, that lasted about 3 days, because one day I had the base was in, Mrs. Arm was the secretary then, and the base was on her desk, and I had a portable, walkie-talkie with an aerial and everything. Well, after the 3rd day, I misplaced it. I didn't know where I left it. That was the end of the walkie-talkie. She was calling me. I wasn't answering because I lost it. Well, about 2.5, 3 years later, there was a supply closet. I don't even remember. I know it was upstairs. And Mr. Crepaldi, the supervisor of elementary education, kept all the spelling books in that locker, in that cabinet. And it was a tall one. You needed to climb up. And one day he called over and said, would you get down 6th grade spellers or something? I need 6 of them. Excuse me. I walked into the closet. We had a little stepladder there. I climbed up on the stepladder, felt around for the books, and you know what? I found the missing walkie-talkie. It was years. I think secretaries had changed and so forth. So that didn't work at all, and I'm still the same. I'm always looking for something. Okay, more later.